it's me, the optimistic mama. And I have time for a coffee or a bowl. This is actually hurting my wrist. And I'm not going to do a Facebook Live because every time I have tried, the internet connection just goes and my whole thing I'm trying to say gets lost. So I'm recording it because I have things heavy on my heart recently that I want to communicate, but one of the things that I've been struggling with more recently is being able to articulate things in writing form. And for someone who has always felt she articulates herself best through writing, it is making me feel really jammed up. So I am just going to record this and hope that take 4, which is what this is, I can remember everything that I'm trying to say and share it with you here. Because the thing is, the optimistic mama and this very small little community that I am attempting to create here actually matters a great deal to me. Even if this community is 5 people, if any of you have ever felt even a little bit encouraged by something that I've said, that means the world to me. And really my intention here is to share myself and my journey, my history, and my world with you. Awesome, sweetheart. So that we can help each other. Good, sweetheart. So here's what's been on my heart. We as moms have been afforded, given, bestowed, whatever you want to say, this amazing opportunity and blessing and privilege to be moms. But being a mom is hard. It's hard. And I immediately find myself wanting to justify that sentence. But it's hard. It's hard because our heart is literally just walking around outside of our body. And we are just always trying to catch up after it, making sure to protect it. And we want to do that in the best way for that child. And every child is so amazingly unique and will have their own unique needs and preference and style of parenting required for them. And that is exhausting. To every day wake up and know that either your child is in a stage of life where they just need you to take care of them, like an infant and a toddler, moving into a long period where they require instruction, and that moves into more of a guidance, and then moving into this like platonic relationship. Parenthood is not finite. It is this amazing journey that we go through. And I think that we as women, as moms, need to jump into the journey and this fluid world that it is and help each other along the way, because there's undertow in parenthood. It's real. It can pull you down and under, and you can get lost. And when we as the mom get lost, who suffers? The whole family. So what I want to talk about, what I want to emphasize right here, right now, is you, mom. Are you taking care of yourself? And I'm not necessarily talking about like, are you taking a break to have a small bowl of coffee mid-morning on a Tuesday? But are you taking care of your mind, of your soul, of your body? Self-care is this whole huge, crucially important thing that we head knowledge know. Of course I should be taking care of myself. Blah, blah, blah. That's what all the memes say. Self-care, self-care. But does your heart truly understand how significant it is that you are truly caring for yourself? And it's not easy to do because we're so invested in our husbands, in our children. Maybe you have multiple children. Maybe you have a high needs child. Maybe you have a special needs child. Maybe you are a warrior mom and you're out there on your own and you don't have a husband or a partner and you're just doing it. Are you making time for you? Can you even? What I'm learning in my journey here in motherhood is the significance of the statement, it takes a village. I thought for a very long time that that was for weak people. For me to openly admit to someone, I need your help, I can't do this on my own, made me a failure as a mom. Clearly, I can't even manage. I wouldn't even let people give me a nap in my first hard year of parenthood, which is ridiculous. I didn't sleep for 2 years. I could have used a nap. But in my head, I had to relearn all of this bogus stuff that I had told myself. But it takes a village, and that's okay. That statement, that saying came from a place of wisdom. But in taking a village, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to call and cry to someone, but it could. It could mean you need to make a doctor's appointment for yourself. You need to make a dentist appointment for yourself. It's a practical thing that's caring for yourself. Maybe you haven't had your hair cut in 6 months and you're like, might be time. That's also a form of self-care. That's a practical thing that you need. Maybe every single day you need 30 minutes where it's just not about anyone but you. I'm slowly learning how much I need that. And I've used up all of my minutes already because I can't seem to record this video. But it doesn't matter because I need it. And I'm assuming that someone else that watches this, even if it's one of the 5 of you that do, you need to hear it too. Because you matter. And if you are on empty, whether it is emotionally depleted, spiritually depleted, physically depleted, you got to get that cup filled back up. Whether that is taking the 15 minutes to just do some mindful deep breathing somewhere where you can find quiet, or if it is getting a doctor's appointment and saying, listen, I need some help here. Whether it's supplements, medicine, you need a chiropractic appointment to get your body realigned, whatever it is, please know in your heart, not just in your head, the significance of caring for yourself. Now, it is super hard to care for yourself if you don't like yourself very much. And in a completely vulnerable moment here, and I've talked before about how I really hate being vulnerable, but allowing yourself to be vulnerable creates great healing. So here we go. I struggle with liking myself, respecting myself enough to say, call that doctor, get that help, go get that haircut, just do it already. But instead, I blame oh, my husband is too busy and I can't get away from the house because he's doing something. Well, guess what? That's wicked unfair. I'm putting my issue with wanting to care for myself onto someone else. And I'm not saying that's everybody's thing, but I do think it's a thing that we do. Whether you're blaming your partner, you're blaming your schedule, you're blaming whatever, maybe what you're really doing is just avoiding nurturing yourself. Because sometimes it's work. I actually scheduled in taking a bath last week and made myself do it. I don't really like baths, but I knew that my body needed to relax and I needed to quiet my mind. So I made a point and just made it happen. But this is new. This is new stuff as I enter into a place of accepting myself and loving myself enough to care for myself so that I can be the mother that my children need. So that I can be the woman that I believe I was created to be. But I am never going to be able to do that if I keep denying myself the things that I need. I'm not talking about oh, you should go book a cruise. Not everyone can do that. Maybe that is what you need. But maybe what you really need is just like a glass of water, a good stretch, and a call to a friend. I don't know. But today, I just wanted to say, please, if you are struggling with loving yourself, acknowledging that you need care too. I want to be a voice in your ear, the positive whisper that hopefully helps shut out all of the negative ones. You are so much more than worthy of those things. You need them. It's a basic necessity to care for yourself. Moms, please call the dentist, call the doctor. Just tell your kid, be quiet for 10 minutes if you can get them to do that. And breathe. I'm recognizing more every day that if I don't learn to advocate for myself, no one else is going to do it. And if I'm not advocating for me, I'm not going to have the strength to advocate for my kids, and they're going to need it too. So I'm going to close out here before I completely ramble on and lose all train of thought. You are loved. You have unique, intrinsic value that you were born with. You have unique and beautiful gifts that are just yours. And think, what might the world be missing out on because you aren't allowing yourself to see it? So my prayer for you today is whatever is holding blinders over your eyes of what your value to the world is, that those blinders are removed. And you begin your journey to seeing what your gift and your value is. And it can be an uncomfortable journey at times. Trust me, I'm right there on it, trying to avoid the uncomfortable feelings and the action steps that are very much required to get to the next place. But I can't deny certain things anymore. My kids need me. My husband needs me. But I need me. And if I'm not advocating for me, who else is going to? So please know that you are loved, even if it is by this stranger's face somewhere on the internet. Really having a heartfelt prayer for you right now, that you know you are loved, you have value, you are worth it. Be encouraged.